The Cleveland Browns quarterback battle is still alive, and Shedeur Sanders has not been eliminated. Deshaun Watson currently has the statistical advantage after the preseason opener against Chicago, completing 11 of 15 passes for 126 yards. Sanders finished 6 of 11 for 79 yards with an interception. On the surface, that gives Watson the edge. But the Browns coaching staff is evaluating far more than one box score. Head coach Todd Monken has continued to highlight Sanders' development, particularly his progressions, pocket presence, and understanding of the offense. At the same time, Monken has admitted Sanders still needs to improve the way he operates the offense, including getting lined up faster and becoming more consistent with the details of the position. That is important because Watson's biggest advantage is experience. He has already played at an elite NFL level and understands the speed and pressure of the league. But his contract and resume cannot decide this competition by themselves. Cleveland still has to determine who gives the team the best chance to win. Sanders also has something working in his favor. The Browns have continued giving him meaningful opportunities instead of treating him like an afterthought. During the offseason, Watson and Sanders rotated through important reps, including opportunities with the first team. That tells you Cleveland is still gathering evidence. And now the next major test is coming. Sanders is scheduled to start the Browns' second preseason game against Buffalo, with Cleveland also scheduled to hold joint practices with the Bills. Those practices could be extremely important, because Sanders will have a chance to face a different defense and show whether his development is translating against new competition. He does not need to be perfect. He needs cleaner decisions, better ball security, faster processing, and a few explosive plays that force the coaches to take notice. Because one uneven preseason game did not end this competition. It simply gave Watson the early advantage. Now Sanders has another opportunity to close the gap. And this is where the pressure shifts back onto Deshaun Watson. Watson does not need to prove that he knows how to play quarterback. He has already done that in the NFL. What he has to prove now is that he can consistently produce after injuries, a long absence, and a difficult stretch in Cleveland. The Browns need efficiency, stability, explosive plays, and availability. They cannot start Watson simply because his contract is enormous, or because choosing the veteran feels safer. His first preseason performance gave him an advantage, but it did not make him untouchable. Meanwhile, every improvement from Shedeur Sanders makes Cleveland's decision harder. If Sanders continues showing better pocket awareness, faster decisions, cleaner operation, and improved ball security, the Browns will have to seriously evaluate how big the gap between the two quarterbacks actually is. Sanders does not need to prove Watson is a bad quarterback. He only needs to prove that Watson is not clearly better. That is the key to this entire battle. Against Buffalo, the biggest things to watch will not simply be passing yards. Watch how quickly Sanders gets the offense organized. Watch his decisions under pressure. Watch whether he protects the football. Watch his third down execution. Watch whether he creates explosive plays when opportunities appear. And most importantly, watch how the coaching staff reacts afterward. If Sanders puts together a clean performance, the conversation could change quickly. If he struggles again, Watson's veteran advantage becomes much harder to overcome. That is why the next few practices may matter more than the first preseason box score. Cleveland eventually has to choose between proven experience and developing potential. Watson has the resume. Sanders has the opportunity to change the conversation. And the biggest threat to Watson's starting job is not one bad game. It is Sanders becoming impossible for the Browns to ignore. The quarterback battle is not over yet, and Buffalo could be the next major turning point.